Hi, welcome to Stamp Designs with Denise. I'm Denise Johnson, an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up, coming to you live from Bedford, New Hampshire. Thank you for joining me today. I took a couple weeks off to spend some time celebrating with my family and having non-rushed around holidays, which I think we attained this year. So it was really nice to not have to worry about doing Facebook Lives for a couple of weeks. But Stampin' Up is gearing up for a new catalog next week. So I wanted to come on live today and do a couple projects with you. One of them is going to be using a bundle in the current catalog, the annual catalog. And then another project will be using one of the Sale-A-Bration items that will be starting on January 5th. So Sale-A-Bration, if you're not aware, is a 2-month sale that Stampin' Up has where if you spend $50 on products, you get a free item. And the Sale-A-Bration catalog this for those 2 months contains stamp sets and designer series papers, which are really fun, and I'm excited to share that with you. I cannot show you the inside of the catalog until it goes live, which is next Tuesday. But if you are a current customer of mine, I did mail out catalogs to everybody, and I'm hoping by now that most people have started receiving them. So if you've received yours, let me know, because I'm not sure. I know they were mailed out, I think, on December 9th, but with the current situation with the post office, who knows when they will arrive. So I did have two little things I wanted to share with you first before I start working on our projects. And I don't know how many people are Mandalorian fans, but my family is a huge Star Wars fan. And so I had seen this on a demonstrator planning place. And so this is the little, we call him Baby Yoda. He's called the child if you watch The Mandalorian. But so I used the stitched triangle dies and then one of the stitched shapes to make his face. And then this is the little sweet treats box that I made and put him on. So that was kind of a little, I made one for each of the people in my family and filled it up with some little treats, which, as you can see, they've eaten them all by now. But so they all got a kick out of my little Baby Yoda. So that was that. And then my team did a virtual holiday party. And so one of the challenges for that was that we needed to use a dollar store item and make a do-it-yourself sort of decorator item using some Stampin' Up products. So what I ended up making is I used a wine glass, which you can get at the dollar store for $1. So I sort of made it into a snow globe. I don't know if you can see the top, but so the inside, I used the Trimming the Town designer series paper and cut it all out and made a little village scene inside my wine glass bottom. And then on the top, I made a candle, which I stamped on tissue paper and then put it on the candle and used a heat tool to heat it up. And as the wax melt, it sort of absorbs in the tissue paper. So this is my little decor item that I made for our virtual Christmas party for my team. So we have a lot of fun on the team. We played bingo that night. We had an ugly sweater contest. So if you're interested in joining up, I have a great team and we had a lot of fun. But so let's get started creating some cards. So I am going to flip my camera around here and we will get started. Okay, let me just get me into my holder, make sure I've got everything in the frame here. And I think I'm live. I think I saw that my friend Vicki and Amy are both on with me now. And today is Vicki's birthday, so sending out some love to Vicki. Happy birthday. So as I mentioned, these are the two new catalogs. They will be going live on January 5th. If you don't have your catalog yet, it will be online on the Stampin' Up website starting January 5th. If you would like your own copy of the catalog, please get in touch with me and I will be happy to make arrangements to get you one. And again, hopefully the ones that I sent in the mail have started to arrive. The January paper pumpkin kit is going to be called Sending Hearts. And then starting January 1st, there is an add-on kit that you can order through Stampin' Up! That has little treat boxes. The regular paper pumpkin kit has enough supplies to create 8 cards and 8 coordinating envelopes. But if you don't want to do Valentine's Day cards, or I guess not just for Valentine's, to send some love to someone special, you like to do treats, you could buy the little love treat boxes instead. So let's get started. My first set, like I said, I'm going to use something that's in the annual catalog. I've sort of packed away all my Christmas stuff and everything that was in the August to December mini catalog. There is still a sale going on for the clearance for the items that are retiring, and you can check that out on the Stampin' Up! Website. I know there's still a bunch of stuff available and some stuff has sold out already. But so today we're going to use the Nothing's Better Than bundle, which is the stamp set, and then the Love You More Than dies. So I'm going to make a fun card using the cocktails. So what I wanted to do is, this is going to be bright and cheery and a lot of bright colors, and I wanted to create my own background. So I have a thick Whisper White card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it 4 1/4. And then, I don't know if you've heard or not, but the Whisper White is going away. Not because Stampin' Up! Wants it to, but because the plant that manufactures the Whisper White paper, unfortunately, has closed. They weren't able to survive the COVID pandemic, and they are closing unexpectedly. And Whisper White, and so Stampin' Up! Will be coming out with a basic white. It's not available yet, and they're selling the Whisper White while supplies last. So I'm kind of rationing my Whisper White paper. So for my first layer, I'm actually using the shimmery white, which is a great alternative to the white. It has a little bit of sparkle and shimmer on it. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. I have a layer of the Melon Mambo, and this is, let me see, 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then another layer of the shimmer, and this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And again, all my measurements, I always put all of my measurements on my blog when we're done. And then I'm going to use some of this Glimmer Rainbow paper. I'm using sort of the pinky purple one, so I need a scrap piece of that. And then I have a scrap piece of this shimmer white again, which I'm going to use to make our cocktail on. But I want to do my background piece first. So I'm going to use these decorative, they're called Basic Pattern Decorative Masks. And these are in the annual catalog. They come in 4 different patterns. So there's a circle one. There's sort of like a, I don't know, a leafy vine pattern. This sort of filigree pattern. And then there are these trees. I guess, I don't know if you can see that. They would be like tree trunks. So for this card, I'm going to be using this circle one. And I want my base that I'm using not to move. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of tape here and sort of stick it lightly to my surface that I'm working on. And then I have this, and I'm gonna lay this over here and use some washi tape to hold it in place. So I just don't want it to shift and move while I'm adding color to that shimmery white layer. And now the colors I'm using are Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, and Coastal Cabana. And then I have sponge daubers that I'm going to use to add color on here. So what I want to do, get some color on my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to randomly daub at this. Sorry, my bracelet keeps hitting. I'm going to remove that because it's making a banging noise. There we go. So I'm adding color just randomly on here. I have the 3 different colors, so I'm going to do this. I start with the lighter color first because they do start to get muddled, and I want to use a different sponge dauber for each color. And the yellow is sort of sitting on top of my mask, so I'm going to use a tissue to pick it up. Because again, it gets, if I come in with another color, it starts to get, the dauber will pick that up and it will muddle it. So as you can see, it's just the color that's sitting on top of that mask. So let's see, I'm going to come in with my Coastal Cabana now and add that in. And sometimes where it overlays on the yellow and stuff, it sort of gives it a green tinge, just when the colors sort of mix a little bit together. Okay, I think that's good for that. We'll give it another quick wipe, pick up some of that Coastal Cabana that's sitting on the top. And now I'm going to come in and fill in all the white that I have remaining with my Melon Mambo. So I think that's pretty good. I think I've got all my spots covered. And I didn't, the middle's a little bit open, but the middle's going to be covered anyways when I start layering. So let's pick this up and see how it looks. There we go. So I just wanted something bright and cheery to use for my cocktail card. And so this is our base, so we're just gonna set this aside and we will build our cocktail here. So I have the cocktail stamp set. Let me grab, actually I forgot to grab the basic gray. So I'm going to stamp my glass in the basic gray. And then this is 2-step stamping. So we have our drink that I'm going to do in the Melon Mambo. Fill that in. Let's do our little lemon slice here in the lemon. And our umbrella, we'll do the Coastal Cabana. So we're pulling in all the colors from the background into our cocktail. There we go. And who wouldn't love to have this good-looking cocktail on a cold day like today? So that is those all stamped. And so what I want to share with you is the new mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine is going to be available on January 5th. I just got mine last week. I debated whether to get it or not because I have the big one, and I'll show you the difference. I'm trying to see. I don't know if you can, if I can get them. So this is the big one, the big Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, and then this is the little one next to it. So it is quite lighter. It is smaller, has a smaller surface. The big one has a 6-inch cutting surface. This one only has a 3-inch cutting surface. But I like it because I've been leaving it on my desktop. I don't have enough room on my desktop for the big one. And so when I just want to cut little things like this, it's right on my desktop, and I've been really enjoying using it. So the little one comes with all the plates. It has a base plate. It has 2 cutting plates, and then it also comes with 2 embossing plates. And right on it, it shows you your recipe for how you want to use it. This is with the standard embossing one. This is with the 3D embossing one. And then these 2 number 2 ones are your cutting plates, which you're going to use with your dies. So it is really nice for smaller projects and to have on hand. So I'm going to cut out my little glass using the die. And I'm also going to cut out the word cocktails in this glimmer paper. And what I wanted to do though is I wanted to have it stand up a little bit and make more of an impact with it. So I'm using these foam adhesive sheets. They're just like dimensionals, but rather than being cut into dimensional size, they come in these 4.5 by 4.5 sheets. So I cut mine into like a 1-inch strip, which will be big enough for my cocktail words. So it's double-sided, so peel off one side. I'm going to stick it on the back of my glimmer paper. And then I'm going to lay this on here too with my cocktails. Let's see. You know, I'm going to do one at a time just because this has that foam in it, and I know I can cut it on this with the foam, but I don't want to mess it up. So let's put this on, crank it through. Come out the other side, and there is our cocktail. And now let's cut out our word. Now this is a little tighter, but the foam does compress so that it goes right through. Came out on the other side, so there. It just peels right off, and then there's our cocktail. So let me just get this stuff out of the way, and then we will put our card together. So my cocktails, I'm going to use my take your pick tool and kind of poke out these centers. It is all sticky because, as you can see, the backing came off as I'm peeling it off. I think actually I'm going to lay it down. On here and then take out those centers. So let's see. There we go. And then I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool and get these extra pieces out. There we go. And now we have that little eye, the dot for the eye. Pick that up, put that on, and we are good to go with that. Okay. So now our sentiment is going to be cocktails because adulting is hard. I'm going to do that in the Melon Mambo. We're going to put this down here. And then I have this little star. Actually, maybe we'll put this. That's going to go there. I'm going to put it on a dimensional, but I want to put my little sparkles around here. There we go. And then we just pop this up with some dimensionals. There we go. So let's get this all put together now. So this was our base we used with the decorative mask. This is my Melon Mambo layer. I don't know if my tape ran out. Yeah, let me grab a new tape. There we go. And there we go. I just like this background with the cocktail. I just thought that was pretty cool to add in all those colors and make it really festive and fun. So I get together with a bunch of other demonstrators and we do what we call is a bundle swap every month. And so this bundle was actually our November swap that we did, using the Love You More Than dies and the Nothing's Better Than stamp set. So in the mail, I got all of these cards. So I wanted to share them with you just to show you the unbelievable possibilities that you can make with this set. So this is actually one that I made. Today's Plan, Consume Coffee, and Be Awesome. And it's sort of a fun fold because it has a place for a gift card right in here. And then this is one that I got. She sort of replicated that Starbucks cup, and hers is also a gift card holder that you can put right in there. So that was very, very cool if you're a Starbucks fan. This is another one using the coffee, Consume Coffee and Be Awesome. This is the, oh, I don't remember. This was made by Jay, and I forget the name of that paper. The In Good Taste designer series paper. It sort of has a bunch of textiles in it. Here's another one with the cocktails. This is the Artistry Blooms designer series paper. Here's one with the cookies. She clear embossed on the top of the cookies. I don't know if you can see how they sparkle. I think she probably used Wink of Stella first because they have some sparkle to them. And Wink of Stella on the word cookies as well, which is very cool. And then using the circle dies, sort of looks like somebody's taken a bite out of the top of the paper. This is a fun fold. A Day Without Chocolate is like, just kidding, I have no idea. So that's cute, a different kind of card. It did take me when I got it a little bit to figure out how to open it. This was made by Deb. I think Deb also made this one. No, this is by Candy. So this is a fun fold as well, and also a gift card holder. So that's another coffee one. So a lot of coffee gift card holders. People must give a lot of gift cards. Here's a cocktail one, which is fun. It's just using 3 different 1-inch strips of Designer Series paper. Also a fun fold. Here's some more cocktails. She used that shimmery white paper and then did the water wash behind the glasses. Here's another one of the cocktails. This uses that glimmer paper using the blues and the purples from the rainbow glimmer paper. Here's one with the cookies that uses the Artistry Blooms again. This next one I love. So this was made by Judy Garza. She made the little cookie monster. Really, really cute. This is sort of a Valentine's using the punch heart. Love you more than chocolate. And those words are part of that die. Love you more than is in the die. Here's a cookies. Here's another coffee one. And let's see, some more cocktails. Adulting is hard. I guess we all need cocktails. You're just like cocktails. You make everything better. That one is by Jody. This one has all the things on it, the cocktails, the cookies, the coffee, and the chocolate. That was also by Jody. Here's another cocktails one. This is very similar to the one I made. Just using Designer Series paper on the background. Today is a cookies kind of day. A day without coffee is like, just kidding, I have no idea. Coffee is how I start my day. I can't start my day without it. Love you more than cookies. Consume coffee and be awesome. So as you can see, I mean, the possibilities on these are just endless. I like this. I like the colors, the red accent with the early espresso. Let's see. Some of them I have names on. This is by Dawn's Creative Chalet. This is also by Dawn. I love the colors on this one. I think maybe that's like terracotta tile and pool party maybe. Great colors. Very striking card. Cookies, you make everything better. Some days they really do, don't they? Here's some more cocktail one. And she had done the, used that foam as well to lift up the words. This is cute. Coffee to cocktails. Morning to night. Definitely been happening a lot here through the holidays. This uses the Artistry Blooms background paper. This is a fun fold with the cookies. Here's another chocolate one. Here's the coffee. So she used the foam on her coffee words as well. And then the 3 different colors for the cups. Very cute. So some really great ideas using all the elements from that set. A lot of fun. So that's the one I made with my fun background. So now we're going to make a shaker card using the Darling Donkeys stamp set, which is one of the Sale-A-Bration items. So this is the stamp set. As I said, so this is a stamp set you can get free January and February when you spend $50 on Stampin' Up! Products. So I have my Early Espresso card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I used the rectangle stitched framelits, and I cut out a piece of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, the larger one, and then I centered this die on the top. I actually used a ruler to kind of make sure it was even on both sides and tried to make sure I made it as straight as possible so that I have a hole in the middle. And the thing about these stitch dies is really nice is that the stitching is on the inside and the outside, so that when I punched out the middle, it still has the stitching on this outer layer as well, which is a nice detail for that. I'm going to use this to cut out our sentiment. I have some Stampin' Blends, Granny Apple Green, Rococo Rose, and Crumb Cake. I feel like you guys are crooked a little bit. There we go. And I have a Bermuda Bay layer, which is 4 inches and 1/8 by 5 3/8. And that's going to be layered on that. And then I have too many of these. I think this is a scrap piece of that shimmery white. And then this shimmery white is 4 1/4 by 3. And I also have a window sheet, which is 3 by 4 1/4. So let me stamp first and get that out of the way. So we have, I'm going to use this donkey holding the rose, and this is my scrap piece. This is the piece that I've cut, the 3 by 4 1/4. So I'm doing him in Memento Black, and I'm going to sort of center him right on this piece of paper. Lost my lid. Okay, oh, right in my bucket. And then I'm going to color him in kind of quickly here. Give him a pink rose and a green stem. So this shimmery white paper is actually really nice for using the blends on. It doesn't tend to run. We'll add some, using the dark Crumb Cake, filling in some shading and stuff. And then I'll come in with the lighter and just color the rest of him in. So I don't know, I've been using this set a lot, and I always make him brown, but donkeys are more gray, I feel like. So I guess I gotta break out my gray and try making a gray donkey. Okay, so he's all colored in, and let's get our sentiment stamped, and then we will work on making our shaker card. So we have Hee Haw. I'm gonna put that there, and then It's Your Birthday. So try and line that up next to it. Okay, pretty good. And now I'm bringing back in my mini cutter and using the stitch rectangle dies again. I'll just put that on there. Put that in. And crank it through. Sorry, I shake my camera a lot when I do that, I guess. put that away. Let's get our shape out. Okay, so now this is going to fit over this, but this is going to be a shaker card, so I want to put some sequins in there. And I'm going to put my window sheet and attach that to the back of this to create my window. I don't know why I can't get my tape to work today. So I'm just going right around the opening. Probably because I'm live. It never bothers me, and then I go live and then I have all kinds of issues. Okay, so that's going to go on there. And then we have these foam adhesive strips, which are just really skinny strips. And I'm going to lay these around the opening. On here, like this. It's sort of already peeling off the top, but that's okay. Now I want to make sure it's all touching and filled in, because once I get my sequins down, I don't want them falling out. Let me see if I have enough scraps I can fill in here. Okay. So I'm also going to put, because once I attach it to my card base, I'm going to have dimensionals here. But I'm not peeling those up yet. I got to do I have these woven thread sequins. So I'm going to take some out and put them right in the middle of my donkey here. And now I'm going to center this right over my donkey. And so see, my sequins are all enclosed there now. And that's my shaker card. So I have my dimensionals here, and I'm also going to add a little bit of glue, I think, to the back of my donkey so that he adheres to the Bermuda Bay layer. And we'll just center that on there. And we can put this on our card base. And then we'll attach our sentiment. And there we go. So that's how you make a shaker card. And this is using our Darling Donkeys from the Sale-A-Bration, which starts on January 5th. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to do a shaker card. It really helps having these, you know, Stampin' Up! Sells these, the foam adhesive strips. You know, you can cut the dimensionals, that would sort of be a lot of work, or those other foam sheets that I showed you could also be trimmed and cut and used to do that, but the adhesive strips make it very, very easy. So those are my 2 cards. I do have some other donkey ones that if you want to see some, I saw this on a Demonstrator site using the letters from, what kit is that from? The Playing with Patterns. I don't think I have it here. Oh yes, here it is. The Playing with Patterns. Playful Alphabet Dies. So I did Goodbye using the Playing with Patterns paper in the 2020 with the little donkey. Kicking 2020 out of here. And then this is also along that same line. The sentiment is from the Zany Zebras. Kick up your heels, it's time to celebrate, because we're kicking 2020 out. Here is also using the Magenta Madness and the Just Jade. And those words came from the Well Written dies. It doesn't have the word goodbye, but I kind of put together some different words, birthday and bride and groom, to spell goodbye myself with those. This is using that shimmery white. I did some watercoloring and stamped the donkey and the word happy. I think that comes from the Well Written stamp set. Here's a cute little donkey using the swirly frames. I stamped the circle and then cut it out. And then he's on the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper. And then using those swirly frames again, I stamped the squares and put the donkey faces in each one of those. And that sentiment is with the Darling Donkeys stamp set. And then here's a Valentine's Day one. You're my person always. And this is, did I write? Oh, this is from the sentiment is from the Lovely You stamp set. So those are some of my Darling Donkey cards. And here are the 2 cards I made today. So I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you so much for watching. All of the measurements and everything will be on my blog. I don't know if I'm going to get to my blog today. My daughter is coming over to do some stamping with me this afternoon, and she is also a Christmas Day baby. She was born on Christmas Day, and so we are celebrating her birthday tonight with some takeout and a cake. So I will probably be spending the rest of my day with her, and I won't get to my blog today, but hopefully tomorrow morning I will get it up. So thank you so much for watching. If you still have some wants for December, I have a December host code, and next Monday my Facebook Live will be showcasing a whole bunch of products from the Sale-A-Bration catalog, which goes live on January 5th. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go.